Yes, you're watching the South Australian Sports Show, where the National Rugby League finals are on this Sunday at Thebarton at 2:30. Our next guest, Rob Rummery, is playing in those finals. Rob, thanks for your time, mate.
No worries, mate.
Bit about the finals, mate. It's been an interesting season, I suppose, mate. The Eels and Central Districts in the final. What are we expecting?
Pretty tough game, obviously. Grand finals are never easy. Central Districts were the minor premiers. They've had a really good year. They're going to be tough to beat, I reckon.
Been there before? In the GF?
I have with a different club.
Yeah.
Haven't been successful. Against the Roosters, actually, as well. So
yeah,
they're pretty seasoned. They've got a lot of good finals players. They know what to do.
So you played you would have played these guys a couple of times already this year?
Yep.
This season?
Yep.
And not much chop, or how are you going?
So we beat them in the prelim to get to the grand final.
Okay.
And then the time before that we beat them as well. But they put a lot of points on really quickly early in the game. And I guess it's been a bit of a struggle. Both times we played them, they're a bit under strength as well. So they dusted us earlier in the year.
Can I ask you how many people you expect to get at Theby Oval? And I ask this for a reason. Because I was looking around for some gear when we knew we were going to talk to you, and we didn't find very much about the rugby league. What I'm saying is, I didn't know there was a final.
No, so you're saying
Oval.
if you had have known, you would have gone and had a look because you like top-notch sport, but you didn't know it was on.
Well, it's there, Theby Oval.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'd imagine there'd be friends and family and associates that way. I don't reckon you get too many walk-ins just to come in and watch the sport.
Because it's a major sport. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not as if it's a, interesting sport.
Yeah, well, it's one of the top footy codes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, mate, you're a Queenslander. You come down here 2011. So you've come from a place where rugby's the chosen sport without question. How did you find the adjustment coming here where AFL's the sport?
Yeah, it's pretty different. Pretty different. I guess it's frustrating a lot when you're growing up in North Queensland. Everybody
Just talks
eats,
rugby.
sleeps, breathes rugby league, and you come down here and no one knows a thing about it. And then in your first grade comp and that, you've got a lot of players who haven't had that development, who haven't played in those sort of comps either. So I guess it's just getting football across, that experience.
Yeah.
I know when you got blokes who have played it their whole lives, everyone's on the same page, everyone's doing the same thing. So I think you spend a lot more time coaching the fundamentals at that top level.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it shows at the state carnival and that as well. When we play the other affiliated states, they're a bit more switched on. They can concentrate on the more complex football.
Is there room for, obviously there's room for it to expand. What's the most difficult part, recruiting players to come and play? A lot of them expats coming in from other states?
Yeah, I think so. I think the biggest thing is competition with Aussie rules, soccer, rugby union. I guess it's just what they offer. I think every other code here has their own grounds, has their own facilities, where we sort of piggyback off the facilities of others. I think Central Districts actually have got their own facility now, but I reckon they'd be the only one.
So when you first came down from Queensland, you want to play rugby league, you want to have a game and whatever, you would have thought, coming to South Australia, there must be... How did you find a club?
So when I moved down, there was a couple of guys I work with that were playing rugby league for a local side, and I just jumped on that way.
You came down to SA for work purposes?
Yeah, for work, yeah.
Okay, and you found your club all right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm only saying that because if I went out tomorrow and decided I wanted to play rugby league, I would not know where to go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I went the reverse, so I've come from Adelaide into Canberra when I went to work at the Institute of Sport, so I've come from a footy background to the rugby background where there's nothing but rugby, and you turn the TV on and you get one game of footy and 20 games of rugby. So for the first 6 or 8 weeks, I'm going, gee whiz, this is what's going on. And then you start to get drawn into it. Have you found yourself getting drawn into the AFL, or you just don't like it at all, mate?
Not at all.
Aerial ping pong for you, is it?
Yeah, it's just a different sport for me. It's a bit scrappy for me.
Bit scrappy?
Yeah, a bit scrappy, I reckon.
It's scrappier than rugby league?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Rugby league's pretty structured. It's up and back one way.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Your teams are separated. And
Yeah. What colours you wear?
we're wearing yellow jerseys at the moment.
Chasing, what are the other mob?
Red, white and blue.
Oh, the Centrals.
Yeah, the traditional red, white and blue V.
Yeah.
But has it improved the standard since you came in 2011? You see more players come in, or through the coaching that you guys have been able to bring in from interstate that started to develop it? Is it a better standard now?
I'd say the actual standard's a bit similar, but what you're seeing is a lot more South Australian grown players, I think, compared to when I first came down here, and everybody seemed to be expats, interstate expats.
Mate, I reckon We had a game here this year. Sorry, I can't remember who played in it.
Storm Roosters.
Storm Roosters?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you watch the Storm go to work, they've been dominant. You know, it's an unusual Victorian team to dominate the way they have for so long in the NRL. What do they do that's different to what, say, the Roosters are doing?
They've got a pretty clear pathway through the juniors.
Yep.
So the Roosters are pretty competitive as well,
Yes.
but they're the glamour club, the money. But the Storm, they've got really good junior development, and they've got excellent high performance staff, and they just drill it into the kids at a young age. And they come through, and then they feed to the Queensland Cup sides, and then they'll come back and play for the Storm.
So for the standard to improve here in South Australia, we need a better feeder system into the NRL. So getting into the schools, which everyone tries to get into, that's why it's such a difficult thing. You know, footy's in there, basketball's in there, tennis is in there, they're all in there. Is there a pathway that you could see the NRL starting to develop?
Yeah, there is a pathway. I think what we need here is an elite team, or whether it starts with a team in the New South Wales comp or the Victorian comp or something like that.
Yeah.
But I guess kids get to a certain age, at 17, 18 years of age, where they have their shot or they don't. They sort of their only real options to go East Coast.
Yeah.
And
So they go
as a 17, 18-year-old kid, you don't want to leave your family and friends.
That's the
And
point.
Yeah, we had the Adelaide Rams were here. Were you here when the Rams
that
came
was
in, or
long
you came
before
in
my
after?
time,
Just
yeah.
came in after them. So you're probably right. If you've got a team here, then
Yeah.
everything changes.
you just
pretty
need
quick,
that
doesn't it?
pathway for the kids.
Yep.
A lot of even rugby union. There's a bit of a bit more of a higher pathway.
Yeah, let's get to the final, mate. 2:30, Theberton. What are we expecting? What type of clash? Going to be a close one? Going to be open, high scoring? What are you saying?
I think it'll be high scoring, but I think it'll be close. So traditionally this year we've been pretty high scoring games like that, 32-28 sort of game.
Wow.
So they've got a lot of big bodies. They throw a lot at us. Like I said, they start very fast and they score a lot of points. But they're a very experienced final side as well. They've been there the last few years. I think they've only not won it once when I've been down here. So
Where do you play? What position do you play?
this year I'm playing fullback actually. It's a new
Yeah.
position for me. So
Oh,
yeah,
dangerous spot, mate. As you get a bit back there.
yeah, they put a bit of heat on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this year actually.
Brutal game. It's a brutal game.
But we've got a young side, so we've got no real mental scars either. We've won the last 2 games, albeit against under-strength sides, so we don't really hold too much fear against them.
How many are in the comp? How many teams do we have here?
This
in
year,
that league?
this year's a 4-team comp,
Yeah.
so it's a bit smaller than previous years. But hopefully, put a good show and get more players, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
don't
luck
sack
on
a
the
lot of
weekend.
coaches that way, Baz. There's always a top 4 finish,
That's right.
so the coaches
Top
survive
4.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, eh?
Gone through just quickly because we have to go. Many coaches gone through in the time you've been here with your club, or the same coaches has stayed on, or
I think a bit of a combination. Some clubs have had the same. I know Central Districts have had a steady progression of coaches, but we've had the same coach for a little bit now.
yeah. Hey Rob, good luck. 2:30, Theberton Oval.
No worries.
Yep. Hope it
Thank
goes
you.
well. Appreciate your time for coming in.
Good
Stay
on you,
with
Rob.
us. Still a bit more to come on the show.